Alright guys, this is Dravin in here in the kitchen. Welcome back. Alright, so the other day I did a video where I was comparing the two different types of turnips that I grew. I grew the American purple top and the white globe, I believe is the other one. It's an all white one that's smaller. And my conclusion was that I actually liked the white one altogether, all around, better. The flavor was such that I could actually eat multiple of the bulbs without getting tired of the taste, whereas with the American purple top I could eat maybe 4 or 5 bites and that was enough. In addition, the greens that were on the purple top were not as good as the greens on the white globe, not only in terms of size but also taste and tenderness. So what I did, because I didn't want to, I'm not going to eat that many greens in a short period of time, so I needed to find some way to preserve them. But I also really don't like turnip greens, so I didn't want to just cook up a mess of turnip greens for breakfast, lunch, and dinner until I went through them. So what I decided to do was turn them into a green powder. So as you can see, I dehydrated them, and I made sure that they are, you want them crunchy like that. I also cut the spines out of them, so it's just the greens on these, unless they were very small. Like this is a very young leaf, so that spine is not going to be all that fibrous. The bigger they are, the more fibrous those spines get, and I'm assuming bitter as well. I cut the whole thing out and I didn't even try it because I know that the larger things tend to get bitter. So I cut the spines out. Now this is not something I've seen anywhere, but turnip greens have tiny spiny hairs on them. So yeah, it's kind of like handling insulation is my best description, a lightweight insulation. So during this process here, I've gotten, my hands are quite prickly. So I have learned, do not use this powder raw. So don't sprinkle it over salads or something like that. Use it in cooking. So cook it down, make those spines. I don't really want to be eating spines, so note to self, cook it. Even as a powder form, cook it. So okay, so they're dehydrated. You heard how crunchy they were. Then I just put them into my little tiny processor here. Now if you have more of them or you want a much finer grain than that, I'm satisfied with this. I don't need to turn it into a powder. And so once I do that, I just put it into my container of choice. This happens to be one I had available. It's going to work for my purposes. It's got a nice airtight lid. I can chuck in a moisture evaporator to keep it nice and fresh. And then basically when I'm doing like green beans or something like that, I can take a teaspoon of these greens, chuck them in as I'm cooking the other ones. Then I get an additional flavor profile, but not an overwhelming profile, and all these vitamins. And they actually smell really good. I know you can't smell that. That's not going to work. But yeah, they have a nice smell to them, so that's good. So yeah, that's what I am doing with my harvest of turnips and turnip greens. And so yeah, what do you guys do with your turnip greens? I know there's some recipes online for some turnip greens boiled with ham, and I fried mine up with bacon grease and then threw in some bacon bits and stuff like that. It was pretty good, but still not my cup of tea. So anyway, you guys have fun in your gardens. Bye bye.